All right, good morning. Committee on Parole is called to order. It's 9:00 a.m. on Thursday, August 14, 2025. My name is Cheryl Renanza, serving as chair of today's parole panel, and my colleagues on the panel this morning. To my left, Mrs. Jerry Ledoux. To my right is Mr. Danny Barra. The panel is seated at DOC headquarters in Baton Rouge. And before we get started this morning, I'd like to ask staff here, please introduce yourself for the record. Jackson.
Morning, Warden Keith Town, Lionheart.
Christy LeBlanc classification.
Okay. All right, thank you. I'm glad you're here this morning, Doctor. And we have Mr. Bellard. Good morning, sir. Mr. Bellard, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm breathing here.
Okay, well, tell me your name and DOC number.
What it was?
What's your,
AJ Ferguson.
say it again?
AJ Ferguson. Your real name?
Your real name. DeAndre?
Donald Trump.
All right. Well, let me see. I think you have counsel with you this morning. Let me ask counsel to introduce himself. Mr. Hall, would you enter your name in the record, please?
Good morning. My name is Maurice Hall, and I am representing Mr. DeAndre Bellard.
Okay. And we have Mr. Bellard's mother, Monica Shillo, has joined us by Zoom also. And the probation and parole officer, Jennifer Ortega, has joined us as well. And we'll hear from her also. So, Mr. Hall, this case was assigned to Mr. Vara, and I understand we're going to have a communication problem with Mr. Bellard. So he's going to read the allegation and ask for a plea of guilty or not guilty. And if your client can't do it, would you enter the plea on his behalf?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Ballard.
All right. Alleged that you have violated the conditions of your parole in the following manner. Number 2, that you failed to report for a monthly office visit on February 2024, March 2024, April 2024, May 2024, June 2024, July, August, September, October, November, and December of 2024. How do you plead to that violation? Mr. Hall?
I don't know what year that was, dude.
Mr. Bellard, how do you plead to those charges? Did you report or not?
They're asking you. They're asking you. They say they can do that with their eyes closed, you hear me? I don't know what bed bugs biting. So it's like an internal inside thing, you hear me? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? The animal bit their tongue off or something, you hear me?
But they're asking if you went to your parole officer.
I got children, you hear me? I'm standing, you hear me?
Your observation, is he going to be able to answer on his own for us?
I don't think so, sir.
No, I ain't no character at all. You know, for myself speaking on, you know, my behalf, you hear me? I'm saying, you know.
All right, we're going to have to go to Mr. Hall for entering the plea of guilty or not guilty on behalf of the.
I'm gonna have to not guilty on his behalf.
Get Garden, you hear me? Colonial Pen on Martin Park, you hear me? And, you know, get it done, you hear me? So, you know, by everybody, you know what I'm saying? We have an understanding, you know, about everybody, you know, with their family, you hear me?
Mr. Bellard, let us speak, okay? Let us talk.
I'm gonna have to deny the charges on his behalf.
All right, thank you. We'll move on to number 4, that you failed to refrain from criminal activity by being in possession of methamphetamine and opiates on or about February 12, 2024, due to a positive drug screen. Mr. Bellard, did you test positive for drugs in 2024 on February? Mr. Hall?
We're gonna have to plead not guilty to the charges.
What's happening here?
All right. Condition that you failed to refrain from criminal activity by being in possession of methamphetamine. Like that's the same type of violation. So, Mr. Hall?
We're gonna also plead not guilty as well.
All right. Also, number 4. You failed to refrain from criminal activity by committing aggravated second-degree battery on or about January 28, 2025, and you were arrested by the Mamou Police Department for that offense. Do you remember that offense?
That's really like what I'm type of animal I could be at, like on your body. Y'all know how to make some sense. Y'all function. It's a program and stuff.
All right, Mr. Hall.
We're gonna plead not guilty to those charges as well.
All right.
For lack of his
Fails to refrain from possessing dangerous weapons in on or about 12825. When you committed the offense of aggravated second-degree battery, you were in possession of a knife that you used to stab Mr. Bourgeois. How do you plead to?
Back up and then doing some stuff. I'm not.
We're gonna
Mr.
plead
Hall.
not guilty to the charges.
Number 8, that you failed to complete your mental health and substance abuse treatment in order to do so by the parole officer.
Past 10 full body.
Mr. Hall.
We're gonna plead not guilty to those charges as well.
No, I'm not looking at him be at a mirror, you heard me?
Number 9, you failed to allow your parole officer to visit you at your residence in or about 8/14/24 by shutting the door and refusing to open it during the home visit.
We're gonna deny those. We're gonna plead not guilty to those charges as well.
And you fail to pay a monthly fee as directed and are currently $567 in arrears on that. How does it plead to that?
Mr. Ballard, how do you plead to not paying your fees?
Shit, far. Far, layout, far. The tower.
We're gonna plead not guilty to the charges.
Thank you. So he's pled not guilty to all the violations. We'll start back again with the failing to report for February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December of 2024. Officer Article, can you tell us a little bit about his reporting habits?
He's still muted.
Hello, good morning.
Can you tell us a little bit about his reporting habits in reference to violation number 2?
No, he never reported. Whenever I needed to see him, he wouldn't report, and I'd end up having to go to his house and just try seeing him at his house.
Mr. Hall, do you want to make any statement regarding his reporting?
No, sir. I don't have any questions.
I know they had done something with Jesus' name, you heard me? But it was positive, you heard me? And it doesn't touch me.
Number alleges that you engaged in criminal activity
Correct behavior.
and that you failed to refrain from criminal activity by using and possessing methamphetamine and opiates. And on 2/12/24, you had a positive drug screen. And
But then your homework stuff going on, that's what they kept on.
also had a criminal activity when you committed aggravated second-degree battery on 128 in Mamu.
Justified as homosexual.
Nigga, can you tell us anything about the drug screen and the battery?
No justice. Dun-dun-dun.
Agent Ortega, can you hear us?
Jerry Springer.
Yes, sir. Yes, the date of the criminal activity for the positive drug screen was actually on 2/8/2024, and I have his signed admission that he did use methamphetamines and alcohol on or about 2/2/2024. He signed it admitting, and then he signed at the bottom indicating he was aware of his positive drug screen.
All right. And what did he have to say about the criminal activity with the second-degree battery?
I was on medical leave at the time and haven't spoken with him in regards to that. He was already transferred by the time I returned.
Okay. But we do have an affidavit from the Evangeline Parish that says he was acting erratically in the store, and when Mr. Bourgeois, the owner of the store, approached him and asked him to leave, he became violent and stabbed Mr. Bourgeois before leaving.
They doing that type of use.
Mr. Paul, do you have anything about that?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Number 5, that you not have in your possession or control any firearms or dangerous weapons, according to the
So,
affidavit filed by the Evangeline Parish, that he was in possession of a knife when he stabbed Mr. Bourgeois. Mr. Hall, you have anything to say about
No, sir.
Amanda, Knox, Logan, Amanda.
issue number 8? That he would submit himself to available medical, mental health, and substance abuse evaluation or treatment, or both, when ordered to do so by the parole officer. He failed to keep appointments that were scheduled by the parole officer. Officer Article Ortega, do you have any information regarding his failure to attend the treatment?
Yes, sir. He was referred on multiple occasions, and he would go to the inpatient, and then when he'd get out, he was ordered to attend the IOP, which was 4 days a week, and they'd pick him up at his residence, they'd feed him lunch, and then they'd bring him home, and he'd attend maybe 1 or 2 times, and then he would stop taking his medicine. At one point, his mom is very into his mental health and trying to keep it. She was giving him his meds in the morning, but then he would stop taking his meds and he would stop attending any classes. And then that's when he would get back, on the drug use and just not cooperating with anybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, not only a mature thing of y'all, what I'm saying?
Mr. Hall, do you have any information regarding his failure to attend this mental health and substance abuse classes?
No, sir. I don't.
All right. Number 9 says that you failed to allow your parole officer to visit you at your residence, and on or about 8/14/2024, you shut the door on the parole officer and would not let him in or talk to him.
Yeah, Caleb and Jack kept going around looking at the people, stealing.
Mr. Ortega, do you have some information? Was that you he shut the door on?
Yes, sir. This was actually the second time. However, his mom was with me the first time and she unlocked the door and he ran through the house and we actually got him through the back door. But this time his mom was not home. And when I walked up, there was a slight crack in the door and he was laying on the sofa. And I said, "Hey, it's your PO." And he turned and he looked at me and then he just grabbed the door and shut it before I could even prop it open. And he looked through the window, then he shut the blinds and he never would answer the door after that.
All right. Mr. Hall, do you have any information to add for that one?
No, sir. I don't.
Number 10, that you failed to pay monthly supervision fees and are in arrears $567. Mr. Ortega, do you have any information regarding paying fees?
No, sir.
Okay.
I don't remember him paying any fees. And according to my Cajun screen, he only paid $633 one time.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Hall, y'all already admitted to that one, so
Yes.
really irrelevant at that point.
Oh, my cowboy on the hill, bitch.
I don't have any questions. No, Paul, do you want to present some information before we make a vote?
No, sir.
All right. We
you don't
still
have
need to talk to some other people. We have Miss Monica Schillo, his mother, who would like to speak, and then we'll come back to Mr. Paul.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi. My name is Monica Shiloh. I'm DeAndre's mom. I wasn't aware till a few minutes ago about the hearing. DeAndre, when he's on his meds, he's pretty normal, but without the meds, he's really, really, really not himself. I've been trying for months when he was going inpatient to get him long term because I seen that he just wasn't himself anymore and I couldn't bring him back and I couldn't get him to take his meds. He got PEC'd several times into a place called New Horizons in Mamu. I spoke to a doctor once there before and he said that even when DeAndre's on the meds, he's okay, but he needed long-term mental health and there was a waiting list. And he said, unfortunately, with the state, it would probably be a while before he could get in, but he did acknowledge that he did need help. Even in the 28-day program, the director called me and the counselor and said that, DeAndre, whenever you speak to anybody about him, always acknowledge that, yes, he is on drugs, but that's not the main issue. The main issue is his mental health. Also the drugs, but first he needs attention with the mental health. And then I seen him just going down a path that just wasn't good. He hasn't communicated with me since he's been incarcerated or prior to him being incarcerated. He lives next door. We would check on him every day. He wouldn't open the door. And sometimes we wouldn't want to go in because we didn't really know what state that he would be in, but we knew he needed help and that by some time something like this or something else could happen. When his probation, when Miss Jennifer was out, when he wasn't incarcerated in Mamu, the supervisor did go and speak to DeAndre about his probation and his parole, but stated that they could not continue. They couldn't get anything out of him because he wasn't understanding what they were saying. And they said they wrote it all down. It was sent into the probation and parole that they were unable to communicate with him because he wasn't understanding. And when I spoke to the supervisor, he said, yes, DeAndre does need some help. So when Mama Police Department took him to the hospital to get him back on his meds, but when Dr. John Field and Mamu saw him, he said, this man needs to be in a mental hospital. And
Hey,
so they
Shiloh,
transferred him.
we hear what you're saying. We appreciate everything you've done. We're gonna hear from Dr. Fleming, who has
Okay.
firsthand knowledge of how he's doing now, and then I hope we can offer him some help.
Okay,
Dr. Fleming,
thank you.
give us some information.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your question.
Yeah, can you just give us some information? How long has he been there? And is he being compliant with his treatment? And is he on his medication?
So Mr. Bellard does carry a diagnosis of schizophrenia and is currently prescribed medication, which he oftentimes does not take. He lives in our Hunt Special Unit, which is the most acute area of the prison, so that he can see his social worker or see a social worker every day making rounds. He meets with them very frequently for one-to-one appointments, but he often won't come. He won't come out of his area to come to the appointments. So we often had to go to him at the cell, and he just he'll interact, but he's not able to make a whole lot of sense out of his treatment at this time.
I know that with a trainer.
But he's not, at this time, not compliant with his medication regimen or his treatment plan.
And how long has he been at Hunt?
He's been here since March.
All right, Mr. Hall, would you like to make a closing statement before we take the vote?
I'd like to ask the doctor, when he does take his medication, how does he function at Hunt's when he's taking his medication?
So when he had been here previously, and we were actually able to get him to take his medication previously, and he was at that time able to live in the dormitory. It's a mental health supported dormitory, but it's still an open dormitory. So when he takes his medication, he does function considerably better and is able to live in a supported housing environment.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
All right. I don't see any other questions, so I believe we're ready to take a vote on Mr. Ballard's situation. Mr. Byron?
Well, we find that he is guilty of all the violations listed above based on his testimony of the probation and parole officer, and the affidavit filed by the Evangeline Parish District Attorney. So we find that he's guilty of all those violations, and based on that fact, I'm going to vote to revoke his parole and order him to complete mental health treatment at Hunt while he's there.
This is what you do.
Read the non-compliant probation.
My vote today also is to revoke based on the violations. And quite frankly, I think he's probably at the best place that can care for him at this time. So today, Mr. Bellard's parole is being revoked.